What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, everybody's issue with the pound for pound king, 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, superstar boxer who'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, and that's Terrence Bud Crawford, who is 41 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. Everybody's concerned and issue with Terrence Crawford being successful September 13th, Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium, when he takes on another first ballot Hall of Famer, 4-division world champion, 2-time undisputed world champion, and reigning undisputed super middleweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. Terrence Crawford had one fight at 154. That was against Israel Madrimov, the WBA junior middleweight world champion, right? And since then, Terrence Crawford has moved up now to 168 to challenge Canelo Alvarez, okay? And so prior to that, he spent 5 years at what? Welterweight. So the concern that people have for Terrence Crawford, rightfully so, is that Terrence Crawford will be 38 years of age 2 weeks after the fight. So he's 37, okay? Terrence Crawford has one fight at 154. Prior to that, Terrence Crawford has been competing, okay, since 2018 for the last 7 years at 147. Since June of 2018, he's been fighting at 147. His only fight outside of that division in the last 5 to 6 years was his fight against Israel Madrimov at 154, which he won, unanimous decision. I thought he handily won, but people thought that he struggled. Israel Madrimov is now 10 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 7 wins by way of knockout because he lost his last fight to Mexican superstar, WBC junior middleweight interim champion, Virgil Ortiz Jr. With that said, Israel Madrimov weighs in, and everybody has the same concern for Terrence Crawford going into this fight. What is that, you ask? Terrence Crawford's legs, okay? And when I mean his legs, it's the weight gain. So Israel Madrimov says that if Terrence Crawford bulks up, that's going to be the biggest mistake he can possibly make, and that's going to hinder him from being victorious against Saul Canelo Alvarez. He states that it's the weight gain is going to hurt his legs and his reaction time. So bulking up is going to work against Terrence Bud Crawford. And you hear many people saying that. Gabe Rosado, he just uttered the same sentiments, right? When Gabe Rosado stated that Terrence Crawford is not a mover to begin with, and he stated that, a major issue is going to be Terrence Crawford's legs, right? He states that, Terrence Crawford's legs, with that extra added weight and not being a mover to begin with, is going to hinder him, okay? It's going to slow him down, especially in the second half of the fight. That's exactly what I've been saying my concern with Terrence Crawford is, okay? I stated that, that Terrence Crawford age, inactivity, and the weight gain is what's going to be a problem for Terrence Crawford for his movement, okay? Is that going to hinder Terrence Crawford's movement in the second half of the fight? That's the concerning part that I have for Terrence Crawford, okay? And Israel Madrimov is uttering the same sentiments, right? He says that, if he Terrence Crawford, that is, if he gains too much weight, his legs is going to pay the price, okay? He said his legs is going to pay the price. And so he says that he wish he could help him, right? But, he's injured himself. He says that he wants to see Terrence Crawford win. It's odd to me, right? that Israel Madrimov can say he wants to help Terrence Crawford, but now the black athletes are going against Terrence Crawford, saying he's on performance enhancers. It's just, it's ugly, man. It's ugly, to say the least. But, man, let's just see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But, that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. I personally think that Terrence Crawford is smart enough and understands the game enough where he's going to understand how to put on the necessary weight. We saw pictures of Terrence Crawford where he was bulked up, and then we saw pictures of Terrence Crawford afterwards, and he slimmed down. And I said that Terrence Crawford fooled us all. He fooled us all, because the pictures you saw of Terrence Crawford bulked up, it was actually him cutting weight. It was actually Terrence Crawford coming down from his natural weight. He was just cutting weight, but we seen photos, and because we seen photos of him coming down naturally in weight, as he always does, then we assumed that he was bulking up and competing at that weight when he's actually cutting down to the weight he wants to be at, because the more recent photos, you see he's actually slimmer down. So he was still cutting weight. So therefore, Terrence Crawford, I don't believe, is going to bulk up like many people expected him to bulk up. Okay, I think that Terrence Crawford understands that he needs to be agile and mobile, period. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I think that Terrence Crawford is going to be able to move and be agile. So I think that Terrence Crawford is going to put himself in position where he's understanding his age, understanding his legs, understanding the weight gain. And he's going to be very effective. Again, I expect Terrence Crawford to win this fight, move just enough, create angles just enough to be successful, period. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.